Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the 2024 Nissan Sentra. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Ken Garf Nissan here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this Sentra. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, just ask for Paul. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a 2-liter 4-cylinder that's paired to a CVT automatic. Power outputs are 149 horsepower at 6,000 RPMs and then 146 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPMs. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys will notice the paint color. This is a new color for the Sentra and it looks really cool, but you can see sharp body lines there on either side. And then popping down below, really cool looking light design. You guys can see the SR badge there and then the Nissan badge front and center. And then notice how the grille is blacked out. And putting it all together, it looks like a mini Altima, but I think that's cool. Now popping on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 215, 45, 18 in the front and over on the rear. And you can see with the wheels, you've got that silver on the top with the black there in the center. And then I actually really like the cut here at the fender. I think that looks good. Notice the mirror caps are blacked out. Same thing with the entire roof. And then we do have some silver trim right there as well. And then here's your full side view with the Sentra. Again, it looks like just a squished down Altima, which again, it doesn't look bad. The proportions are actually really good. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have the Nissan logo in the front, remote start, we've got a lock and unlock function, the opening for the trunk, and yeah, I do like this new key fob. And popping into said trunk, you guys can see it's actually really spacious. Again, this isn't a big car, but the cargo space, pretty dang big. And then when you're all done, just plop like normal. We actually have this body painted spoiler here on the top, and then we have another SR badge down below, and then you got the new taillight design. You can see parking sensors here at the bottom as well. And sorry about the horrible lighting in this shot, but let me know what you guys think about the overall looks here on the new Sentra. Now taking a look at the door panel, we've got the stitching here at the top, orange in coloration to match the SR badge and also down below. But yeah, nice padding all over the panel right there. And then you got the carbon fiber print as well. And then look at the seat there again with the orange stitching and really nice trim all down the center. Now in the back here, legroom isn't massive, but I do fit back here, so that does work. And then you can see we've got some USB action down below, and then headroom back here, it's actually really good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, it's actually soft touch here at the top, and then you can see the same design down below with the orange stitching. We've got all of our window controls here. Notice the driver one is automatic. Mirror adjustments as well, and then just a quick look at the mirror. And then also this padding like has a very it's hard to explain, but it has like a very tough feel to it. I like it. And then here's the front seat. You can see the insert there in the center. And then again with all the trim down the center as well. Notice the stitching there on the other side. Power adjustments on the side as well. And then, yeah, pretty normal looking pedals. We've got a lot of controls. Notice that's for the gas cap release, the trunk, your eco mode. You can see it for the trip computer and everything as well. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around, and then we've got that contrasted stitching there in the center portion to match all the other stitching. We have stuff like adaptive cruise control, controls to center stack, volume controls as well. And then you guys can see behind we've got the regular stocks there. Now with the gauge cluster, you can see analog on either side, but then we've got that screen in the center which you can use to scroll through different bits of info on the car, which is definitely handy. Now, we actually have a 360 camera system. By the way, it's a parking sensor that's beeping. But yeah, trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel. And so yeah, it's cool this has a 360 camera system. It doesn't need it because it's not a big car, frankly, right? But it's cool that it has it. And then as for the infotainment system, you can see all the physical buttons here. It is also a touchscreen. And it makes the mouse clicky sound. This is like nostalgia. But yeah, it actually responds really well. So overall, great system. And I like elements like here on the dash that are soft touch, and then also over here on the other side, you can see the orange stitching. It just gives the car a more premium feel and look. And then down below, you guys can see the circular vents. Always gotta love the look and feel of circular vents. And then we've got our dual zone climate controls. We also have heated seats and a heated steering wheel. And then this is like our charging area. And you can see the engine stop start button. And then we have our shifter here for the CVT. Got some more cup holders here with the carbon fiber print, and then you got a little storage thing right there. Then center console is actually pretty big. Again, more nice orange stitching on top. And then here's a quick look at the glove box. And then we got our sunglass holder up top, and then control here for the sunroof. Now this SR package before any options and destinations starts at just over $23,000. After options, this particular one with everything it has, two-tone, sunroof, all that kind of stuff, probably around the $25,000, $26,000 MSRP range roughly. Anyways, let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear, and Sentra away. Really excited for this review, actually. I always like, this is like the weirdest part about me, I think, but I always like when manufacturers release new affordable cars because, I don't know, I think that's way more exciting than like the crazy expensive stuff that's coming out. Because it's like, this is actually attainable for regular people. So I don't know, it's appealing to me because it's like, hey, you know, instead of, I don't know, I just like that. Anyways, initially setting off, seats are actually really comfortable. So I think that's a big plus. And should get up and move here. Apparently they made this CVT more efficient than before. That was a big thing that Nissan said with this new Sentra. Smooth. See, it says on there, it says 2,300 miles on it. 34 miles per gallon is what this has been averaging. I think that's pretty impressive. 2 WRXs right in line. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, it drives well for a, you know, for a compact car. It drives really well. Pretty good power. And this segment of car is not known for speed necessarily, but I mean that moves at a pretty decent pace. Get another acceleration here. Pretty impressive. So, summing things up here with the new Sentra. Now, it was a little bit of a short drive. It doesn't really drive different in terms of like too different from before, but I will say it does feel, it also feels like more refined in a sense. And I think part of it's the interior. Like this interior feels a lot more upscale and all of that, so I think that's probably playing into it a bit. But I don't know, I really like this. Let's think, Corolla and Civic. Let's kind of, I guess we'll kind of have a quick conversation with that. Compared to the Corolla, this feels more upscale. Now the Corolla does have, and the Corolla and Civic do have more power than this. If you get the Turbo Civic, and then if you get the, what is it? The 2.0 on the Corolla with like 160, it's like 169 horsepower. So a little bit more power there if you get those set up, but they are more expensive, so you are paying more for that. So I guess a good way for me to kind of cap things off with those two is, I think this feels nicer than the Corolla. The Civic does kind of have some cool stuff with the vents, but I mean, they've done a really good job with the tactile feel on these climate controls. So, I mean, it's not quite as like classy looking as the Civic interior, but it still feels really high quality, but it's also less money. So I think the value proposition with this is stronger than both of those. But let me know your thoughts.